It's great to have you back within that Velo Solex project I recently started. I thought I'd make a little intro about how I plan, how I get into such a project. There's different ways to do it and different good ways to do it. I'm just showing you how I do it, and I'm not saying that this is absolutely the best way to do it. I just think from my perspective, it's of great importance that you have a clear structure throughout the restoration, a structure that carries you actually all the way through, and that starts already with the buying of such a thing. Make sure you buy something that suits your abilities, your knowledge, your talent, and that it matches at the end also your expectations. It's too bad if you're like mid project and you figure out like everything you want to do is actually not turning out the way you want. This is exhausting, costing a lot of money, and this is not the way it's supposed to be. So back to this project. I'm not an expert in Velo Solex, so I have to work myself in. I gotta carry all the informations together. I gotta do some brainstorming about the data, the engine, how the tolerances are. So I'm able to measure like piston sizes and cylinders, crankcase and pushing rods and all that stuff. The bearings, play. That's important to make sure you have a nice running engine at the end. The frame itself is straightforward. You can take it more or less completely apart, which is a great thing. I do have glass beads chamber, high pressure chamber, to work the corrosion down to the bare sheet metal to see how it really looks at the end. I don't use sand blasting because it's too aggressive. You don't want to use that. It is taking too much stuff away, too much you actually want to conserve. And therefore, this is a little bit a smoother way of working down to whatever you want. You can also use it like for carburetor pieces outside to make them really nice and shiny. So on that project, actually what I've seen up to now is that I have some missing pieces. The stand is missing, the toolbox is missing, air pump, the spare air pump on the side of the rack is missing, the headlight and the headlight cover. Engine lifting handle is missing, actually to raise the engine if you want to go for cycling only, and to push it down on the wheel if you want to have the support of the engine. Here we have to make sure that the project is as complete as possible, especially with old things like that. It's a hassle to get all those pieces afterwards. You don't know exactly if it's from that year, is it from the next year, is it fitting, is it not fitting. So all those pieces that are missing here are easily to get. Make sure you rebuild the pieces whenever possible, the parts. Don't just get off-the-mark parts because or repro parts because they're just not usable. So I get started with a deep cleaning with some hot, high pressure water cleaning that helps me to get rid of the oil and all the dust and dirt, and then I see clearly to it. I have some corrosion there, but it's not too deep, so it should be a nice outcome at the end after the blasting, with some primer and then new painting. After that, it is maybe necessary to straighten out some pieces of the frame. I don't know exactly yet, but this is pretty much how I get started. And after I've cleaned everything, noted more or less what is missing, I will take it completely apart, label all the pieces, and then work in two different spots, or in two different spots like engine and frame. This way I can assure to always have something to work on, even if I have to wait for parts, or even if I have a problem I didn't expect. So this is pretty much it for the beginning. It's going to be exciting. I don't know how it turns out. I don't know how fast I can progress on that project, but it's It's motivating. That's the most important thing. I'm always willing to learn additionally to it. And yeah, it's a piece of history, so it's worth to stick to the original as much as possible. And this is actually what I'm trying to do. So if you want to see the progress, stay tuned, and yeah, have fun with it.